Gina Calder, Alderwoman for the City of New Haven, to come up and talk a little bit about what got you involved and why. Well,
can you guys hear me? I usually can speak pretty loud. Good morning to everyone. I'm so glad that all of you are here. I'm excited to see a room full of high school students who are interested in public service and finding out how they can get involved or why they should get involved. So again, my name is Gina Calder, and I am a new Alderwoman on the Board of Aldermen in New Haven, Connecticut. I represent Ward 2. So for those of you from New Haven, if you're familiar with Popeyes on Whaley, Garden Street, those are my streets and my ward that I represent. So one of the reasons that I decided I wanted to get involved, I was, one day just kind of walking through my community, walking down the street, and looking around and just finding myself dissatisfied with what I saw. Everything from streets with potholes to sidewalks that had to be repaired in probably 20 plus years, to people who were walking around and had some type of skill or talent that they could contribute to, could find a job to contribute it to young people who were constantly saying, we have nothing to do. There's no place for us to go. There's nothing safe for us to get involved in. We don't have job opportunities. And I said, what's going on? Like, whose job is this to take care of this stuff and they're not taking care of it? And so I went and talked to a mentor of mine, and mentors are very important to have, and said to her, what is going on in my community? I'm not satisfied. I don't like this. I don't like that. And she said to me, well, if you have the time and the energy to complain about it, why don't you do something about it? And I said, well, what can I do? What can I do? And she mentioned to me that the person who was in charge or responsible for many of these things that I was not happy about was the altar person in that ward. And so I went and found out more information about what that was and what that position, what the responsibilities for that position were, and said, you know what, I think I can do a better job. I want to do this position. And so my mentor helped me to do that. I knew nothing about politics, knew nothing about the political process. All I knew was that I was an active voter, but I didn't know what it actually took for someone to run for office and win. And I actually, in the first race that I had in 2005, I lost to the incumbent by 24 votes. So that's a very tight race. So that was encouraging to me, at the same time heartbreaking, but it said a lot. It meant that people in my neighborhood probably were looking for change. That they thought that I might be a good person to bring that change forward, and that I needed to keep at it. And so that's what I did. I got more and more involved, not only in the political process, but helping other people get involved in the political process, letting other people know how important it was that they voted. I only lost by 24 votes, so there was somebody out there who forgot there was an election going on that day that should have made it to the polls and cast their vote for me. And I also, in addition to that, tried to get more young people involved in the process, because I think the thing that helped me was my energy. Like I said, I ran against the incumbent, so I knew her face, knew her name. People didn't really know me as well. So I had to beat the streets. I had to knock doors, I had to make phone calls, all hours of night, day, whenever I had free time, I was out there. And also pulling in students, college students, high school students to help me do that. And at the end of the day, people were like, wow, somebody either talking about Gina or Gina herself has come to my door at least once, and everyone in the ward can say that. And that definitely, bless you, that definitely made a difference. So the second time I ran, I was successful, I won. Now I'm in office, but the thing that I'm most focused on now is looking at the next generation of leaders. And Melissa talked about how important it is to serve. Service can happen in many different types of ways, but I personally believe that as we have many of our politically involved leaders and elected officials looking at potentially resigning, retiring over the next couple of years, who's going to replace them? We need to start thinking about that. And, who's going to kind of take on those roles? Who's going to take that baton, carry that torch, and move forward? And I would like to encourage you to think about yourself, taking on those positions. For myself as an Alderwoman, I do lots of different things. It's not just sitting down at City Hall and going to aldermanic meetings, but it's working with my community, helping them to access resources, being an advocate for people. You know, when someone needs something and they haven't been heard, you know, they've been calling and their phone calls haven't been returned, I can kind of pick up the ball and continue to advocate on their behalf. There's also encouraging people in the community to vote. While I did achieve the highest voter turnout in my ward for my primary that I won last year, that was still only 45%. So we have other wards in Haven that are voting at 70, 80%. So that means 7 and 8 out of 10 voters that are registered to vote are actually coming to the poll versus only 4, you know, on a good day 5 in my ward. So one of the things that I want to do is encourage more people who are registered to vote to actually vote and get more people to register to vote. You know, many of you will probably see me in the fall, if Dr. Garrison allows me, to come into the school and start talking about, you know, you guys can vote and register people to vote, and if you're 18, vote in yourself, and hopefully working on campaigns, getting to see what it's like. Melissa talks about her experience volunteering in the political process, and you kind of don't really understand everything that goes into a campaign until you get the opportunity to be part of one. So I would love to encourage all of you to get involved in local campaigns. You know, there may be a state representative or state senator race going on in the district in where you live. Try to get involved. Find out how you can volunteer. If, you know, Barack's campaign, or Hillary's campaign, or Shane's campaign comes your way this coming fall, find out if you can become a volunteer on the campaign and get involved. You can see what it takes to be part of a political campaign and how you might help someone, you know, even yourself, if you decide one day that you want to run, to be able to effectively run your office. So again, I am very excited to see you all today. Glad to be here, and, you know, hope to see you all out on the campaign trail. Thank you.